Yeah, Black Sabbath. Oh yeah. What's up, guys? It's Crate Junkies. Hold on. Shit. Oh, I forget everything, don't I? I'll tell you. If I were to show you everything I got this week or any other week, we'd be here for longer than 30 minutes that I usually take up. I'll tell you. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't even know what to show because it's like I pick up so much stuff that I've kind of started to just like only show. Obviously, we're listening to Master of Reality. It's a damn good record. Obviously, Sweet Leaf we're listening to now. Children of the Graves, great one. Lord of this World, Into the Void, great Black Sabbath. This is actually my Spinner copy. I think I have another copy. I have like a couple copies of this. This is one I just picked up for like $1 somewhere, so I figured I'd clean it up and spin it, see how it sounds. It sounds pretty good. Quickly out of the way, if you go to Hammer Magazine, this month they have posters. If you're into metal, Five Finger Death Punch. I'm just going to go through these really quick. Each one of these is really cool. You got to get Hammer Magazine for it. And also in this magazine, and then they flip and there's ones on the other side like Mastodon. There's a bunch of them. Really cool. You know, you have to take your choice between which one you like. You know, like on this one, it's like either that or that. Which one are you gonna like? But these are pretty cool. I like the Slayer one a lot. Like, I think that's really fucking cool. I like the Ghost. The Ghost one's really fucking cool. Those are like my two favorites. So, and I mean, I'm not really a big Five Finger Death Punch fan, but that picture's pretty fucking hot. But yeah. So there's those. And then I also wanted to get out of the way that I've been reading this book that a lot of EC members have been showing, Vinyl Junkies, written by Brett Milano, Adventures in Record Collecting. This is a really good book. I'm up to, I only read about 4 or 5 pages a night, so I'm up to chapter Valley of the Strange. I guess it's chapter 9. Page 102-ish, I guess, 103, but really keeps you interested, and I mean, a lot of this I can relate to. There's some people are really snobby, like the guy who collects 78s. He seems like a fucking snob, but I mean, for the most part, a lot of the tendencies, no matter what they collect, are a lot like, you know, us or me, or I'm pretty sure if you collect records, you'll probably relate to 90% of that book, so that's pretty cool. Also, I picked up, to get this out of the way too, if I can find it, I've been, you know, trying to get into rare psych stuff, garage revival, and just trying to do my history on it. So I picked up this book, which is a pretty popular fucking book. This is Fuzz, Acid, and Flowers, a comprehensive guide to American garage psychedelic and hippie rock from 1964 to 75. This is really cool. I mean, it's got just, you know, pictures and, you know, in-depth about each record, rarity type guides, like to tell you how rare it is, how hard it is to find. There's even a brief little spot here where they show colored pictures of some record covers, which I'll get to really quick, just to kind of give you an idea. There's a couple of those. This can go for anywhere from like $150 to $200 for just this book. I've seen it for $70, but I got this for $25 from a friend who's huge into psych and has probably 3 copies of it. So I got it for a pretty good price. And there's also, he has a couple more of them on hold for me, different ones that I'll show you as they come in. But if you're into psychedelic rock, try to find one of these. You know, obviously it's not going to be cheap. There's the 6001 series. I forget who it's written by, but it's pretty popular. But when you see it on the internet, it looks thick. When you see it in person, which I did, it's really thin, and it's only like 50 pages long. It's just, and it's all it is just pictures of record covers. There's not a lot of information, and they want a lot for those. I think they're not. If you're going to get something, get one of these. These have, I mean, they might not have colored pictures throughout the whole thing, but there's a lot more information. It's just a better guide, I think. And there's stuff in there that you're not going to find. I mean, you might be able to find on the internet, but to have it all in one spot like that's really nice. And just, you know, to pick up and carry with you and take with you. So, yeah. I guess we'll talk about some 7-inches I picked up. This was one I've been wanting to get. That was a Record Store Day release. That isn't hard to find yet. You might still be able to go out and get it. This is Link Wray. Big City After Dark. This is one of those, and Sundays does this a lot, and I love Sundays reissues, especially their 45 reissues. This is a gatefold, and it's a 2-record set. See the gatefold, and there's a record here and a record here, and it's got a whole synopsis about the songs here and how it came to be, and a little bit of history about him, and it really goes into depth, and it's really fun to read while you're listening to him. And I mean, I have well, I'll show you the other one I have too, instead of having to think off the top of my head about it. Well, I'll get there. But anyway, the Link Wray and the Raymond, this is really good. I mean, guitar, heavy. I mean, this guy was like way ahead of his time when it comes to guitar. And like I said, double 45. His iconic 1958 instrumental Rumble, a record so transgressive and threatening that it was banned by my radio stations for its scandalous content, despite the fact that it had no lyrics, put Link on the map. It also inspired a generation of future rock royalty to pick up electric guitars, although none of his accolades ever bested this mentor's raw intensity. I mean, this guy, it was amazing, and I really would just love to get more stuff by this man. These 45s are so hard to find that they probably don't even exist. There's probably only a couple in circulation, and they just get passed back and forth between collectors for copious amounts of money. I mean, it's crazy. So, really cool thing that they did of finding the original master tapes and redoing these. And they did them so nice on these Mala labels. They almost look exactly like what the real thing would look like. And I have to recommend the Big City After Dark, which is this one, and on the flip, it's Hold It. This is probably my favorite out of the two. The other one is Dance Party Parts 1 and 2, which is okay, but it's not near as good as this Big Hits After Dark, or Big City After Dark and Hold It. Just really, really good songs, and one of those 45s you'll probably never get in your collection unless you get it like this, so you might as well. I mean, for the 10, 15 bucks that this costs, it's worth having it in the collection, definitely. Very, very, very happy and a very good pickup. Very enjoyable. I've listened to it, you know, a bunch of times. I think I posted it on Facebook as well. Really good stuff. Really great. And I didn't know much about Link Wray before this, which is good too, because now I can keep my eyes open. And I mean, it's like a touch of rockabilly, obviously a little guitar, mostly just instrumental, but there is some lyrics, I believe, on. I think it's Hold It. He has some lyrics on there too. So that was a really cool thing to pick up. Another one. This is just a small one, but there's a little story that goes by it. This is on the Savoy label. This is the Jive Bombers. When Your Hair Has Turned to Silver and Bad Boy. And the story behind this is every time I go into the 45 room at my shop, there's like billions of 45s. And for some reason, every time I pull this 45, I don't know why. And I've listened to it every time I go in there. So at first it was like, about it. I didn't really like it. But after doing it like 6, 7 times, I started to really like the songs on it. And I figured, you know what, there's a reason why I'm pulling this every time. Maybe I should just get it. It's only $3, you know what I mean? So I said, fuck it, and got it. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's like doo-wop. It's the Jive Bombers is the name of the group. Nothing, you know, expensive or special, and it's probably easy to find. I like this label too. I mean, most stuff, I've noticed that a lot of stuff on that label is fairly good stuff. So, next one I picked up, another 7-inch Sundays reissue. This one is not a gatefold, but it's really cool. When a 20th Century Zoo, a powerful Phoenix, Arizona melting pot of fuzz-drenched garage mayhem and wailing ballroom psychosis featuring Rob Sudko on vocals and guitar, lead guitarist Paul Skip Ladd, Greg Faley on rhythm guitar, Alan Shetwood on bass, and drummer Paul Bennett cut their first single, Who Could Have Known the Session Would Have Apocalyptic Results. So this is 3 of their songs on 145. There's 2 on one side and 1 on the other. And it's You Don't Remember, Lovin' in Your Face, and Tossin' and Turnin'. This is just great 60s garage, powerful fuzz, just like really good stuff. 20th Century Zoo, pretty cool reissue. There's the original ones on the back there, and then the Sundays one. This is also in mono too. It sounds really good. There it is, and it's really good garage stuff, and just really happy to have that. It was fairly cheap too, so I picked that up. And I think that's pretty much it. I've been spinning a lot of my 7-inches, and I just wanted to, I guess I'll talk about this for 1 second. When I got this, I actually never listened to it. At the time I got this, if you can see it right there, that's Melvana, or that's Melvins and Nirvana split, the Andy Warhol cover split. And when I got this, I got that, and I listened to that a lot, and I never got to listen to this. I think I might have listened, I don't even remember, but I just sat it aside, and I knew one day I'd really be wanting to listen to it, so I listened to it during the night. This is Melvana, and what this is just members of the Melvins and Nirvana. Kurt's actually not a part of this, but, you know, Gruhl's on there, and everybody else, you know, the Melvins. Who else is on here? Just pretty much everybody from, like, Buzz is on here, David Gruhl, and Chris Novoselic. I always pronounce his name wrong. But yeah, and this is really good. Way of the World is my track off of here. The recording's not great because it's live, but Way of the World's a really good track. There's Sacrifice and Way of the World, and I think Way of the World's just a really good track. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty rare piece there. A lot of people said they'd never seen this before, so that's what it is. Melvana, original press, awesome. Just regular black vinyl. Now to get to some LPs, and I have some 45s to show. I could show you so much more than I'm gonna show you, but I'm just gonna try to keep it brief. I picked up this. This is Fright Night soundtrack, obviously 80s horror movie, popular 80s horror movie. This is still in the shrink, still is a sticker. We got bands on here like Jay Giles Band, Devo, Sparks, April Wine, Autograph, Ian Hunter. Nothing too spectacular music-wise, but I'm a huge horror movie soundtrack collector. And a lot of horror movie soundtracks like Halloween and a lot of the bigger ones are really expensive and hard to find. So when I see stuff like this, I grab it, especially for the price. It was fairly cheap, so I had to pick it up, and it's in mint condition. And that's a good add to the horror to the 80s horror movie, B-rated horror movie, whatever you want to call it, soundtrack collection. So that was pretty cool. Next one we got Amandul. This is a German. This is Amandul 2, or I think it is. I'm not sure. It's German, so I'm not really positive how to pronounce it. But this is Carnival in Babylon. This is like a, proggy, psychedelic 70s rock, German 70s rock, and it's really good. One of the main reasons why I got it is because it's one of these things that you don't see a lot, and I want to have in my collection just because I like 70s obscurities, and that's kind of why I picked it up. It's something that not a lot of people probably even have in their collection, much less, it's not bad. I've only listened to this album. I wouldn't go ahead and say it's amazing or anything. There's times where the lyrics seem a little off-key from the music, but then also there's times where the guitar is just fucking sick and amazing, like kind of like a blues electric type guitar sound in some parts of it, and it's really good. So it's a little give or take. It's not bad, but I heard they changed a lot coming from the one album to this album, so I mean, I want to check out a lot of their other stuff because it definitely seems like they have, a fairly good, there's fairly good musicianship on here, so really, really cool. So I was really happy to get that, and it's cool ass psychedelic cover there too. So that was a pretty good pickup. And then I got another one. This is Amandul 2 as well, and I think this one was the one that came before that. And this is called Wolf City. This one I have not listened to yet, and I just haven't got to it yet. But another really cool psychedelic gatefold, just a single LP, really nice, and it's got one of those things that I think it's almost reminiscent of I forget those things, those poo dogs or whatever they're called, that Jim collects, and the missus, they collect those. Kind of looks like that, but I'm not sure if that's what it is. But yeah, it's basically the same thing, although, like I said, their musical styling's kind of changed. So this one might be completely different than that one. I don't know, and I'd have to listen to it to tell you. But another Amandul, German rock, 70s rock, which, you know, is nice to get. This one I kind of was a blind buy. I kind of just picked it up because it looked interesting, and I think I did a really good job on this. This is like blues, folky. This is a live recording. This is Sweet Pie. The name of the album is Pleasure Pudding, with Bill Maloney on harp. This is live at Fat City. This guy, like, you know, is really kind of funny. He has like a lot of like jokes and stuff, while he, you know, his entertainment is like, you know, he'll talk to the crowd and he'll sing, and, you know, just kind of go back and forth. A lot of it's him talking, and just, you know, really cool character, really cool guy. The first track on side one really kind of is reminiscent of like what a Henry Derrick sounds like when he's singing, kind of like that raspy, bluesy type style that Henry Derrick has, if you're familiar with the VC member Henry Derrick, to the Boy Ellis. But then the rest of the record kind of strays from that and just goes a little bit more into twang, like not twangy, but yeah, like more of a country, folky, bluesy mix. But the first track I really enjoy, and I mean the rest of the album is really good too. So I definitely would, I'd say pick it up. It's really, really nice, and it was cheap. So I mean, really, I think it was a good pickup for not knowing what it was, and then coming home and realizing that it's actually pretty fucking good. Next one, Bo Diddley's Bo Diddley. This is one that can go for some big money, but this one did not cost me much because it's not in the greatest condition, although it does play through, no skips or anything, so that's nice. Got it for fairly cheap. You know, it's one of those records that I probably wouldn't want to pay the crazy amounts of money for, like a mint, because it's not that great of a record to me. I mean, personally, it's a good record, but it's not that great that I'm paying $100. It's on that nice Checker label, old school Checker label, which I absolutely love. You know, comes in the, you know, inner line sleeves, which, man, I fucking love these inner line sleeves. I love that old feeling to them, and just, you know, just the whole action of these records, the feeling of them, and everything. And the music on this is just wonderful. I mean, Bo Diddley being one of the, you know, pioneers and greats in blues rock, I mean, blues rock is what it is. And it's a really good record. I mean, obviously, most of you guys probably have heard this record already. It's just one that I didn't have in my collection, and I figured, why not? For the price, I wasn't going to pass it up. Next one, okay. These next couple records come from one of the coolest, I mean, one of the realest, one of the greatest VC members that we have here in the VC, and that's Garner, Garage Truck Stop. Man, I've been watching this guy ever since I've been in the VC, and he has influenced me to really get into garage and garage revival, and even some hints of psychedelic and blues, and even 70s rock. I mean, he does a great job of talking about the records. He has an amazing collection. So he PM'd me and he said, I got a couple records, some 80s punk hardcore that I'm not really, I don't know if he wasn't into them or whatever. And I said, you know, sure, send them my way if you want to. I'm not going to stop you. And he sent me some pretty cool stuff. And I mean, each one of these records is like, you know, goes for 20 up. I mean, each one of them. So Garner, I mean, like, I don't even know what to say, but just thank you so much. This is really going to, like, up, just these couple records really do up my 80s punk hardcore collection immensely. It really does. It complements what I already have very nicely, so I appreciate it so much, man. You're the man. So let's get into showing them. We got DOA, Something Better Change, Destroy Tradition. This is really cool. I did not get around to listening to any of these yet, because I didn't get them till I think yesterday, and I just got around to just checking them out, looking them up, and getting some information on some of them. So there's that one. The next one is Don't Know, Incite the Riot. Really cool. Like I said, I'm just going to show these because I have not listened to them. This is the Dead Kennedys, Bedtime for Democracy. Man, I can't believe he sent me these. This is a cool gatefold. Really nice. I love this picture on the inside. Well, I think it's the same picture. No, it's not. It's different. There's a picture on the inside. don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can. I'm not actually watching myself, so let me see if I can, now that I can see myself. There we go. You like that? That's pretty cool. And then the whole gatefold is one big, large picture of the Statue of Liberty. And I really like the label too. Obviously, the really cool label. And then the other side's like an eyeball. It's freaking cool. Like, and I like the Dead Kennedys a lot, so I was really happy to get that. And this is one I don't have either, so that's always nice, man. Something you don't have, something that you'd like more of, and then you get it for free. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll figure out something to send Garner. I'm so behind on sending people stuff. I feel bad, but I mean, we're here. The records ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna get everybody back sooner or later for stuff. You know, one way or another, we all end up happy in the end. Anyway, the next one is SNFU, and No One Else Wanted to Play. And this is actually an alternate cover, I believe. This is, I don't know, maybe a German press or something. It's a different pressing than the original. The original one's kind of a dull cover. This is like the better cover, I think. This is the one that doesn't go for as much, but I think this is the better cover. Look at that cover. Tell me that's not one hell of a punk hardcore cover. That's the kind of Christmas morning I'm talking about, man. That's awesome. Garner, man, these are really cool. Really, really cool, man. I love it. Next one, another SNFU. This one, I believe, is just a self. No, Better Than a Stick in the Eye is this one. And another really awesome cover on that, too. Better Than a Stick in the Eye. Look at that. Look at that artwork. Look at that fucking artwork. Really great artwork on these. Really, really nice. I can't wait to spin these. A lot of this stuff I never heard. And then the last one's another SNFU. The Last of the Big Time Suspenders. Another really cool cover on this. So there you go. Some 80s punk hardcore straight from Garner. So thank you so much, man. I mean, those just are amazing. I can't wait to spin them and listen to them and post them on Facebook and talk about them. And you better believe I'll link your name up and thank you while I'm doing that as well and tell everybody where I got them from. You are the man, sir. And, you know, I actually have a little idea of something I could send you. I'm going to have to see if I can get a hold of it. But if I can, you got something really cool coming your way, too. So thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Next little thing I want to show is some 45s. Then we're pretty much done. I hit it really big here. I gave a guy $20 for about 245s and a couple records that really sucked. But see, my thinking process in this was, okay, out of 245s, even though the ones I was looking at were trash, I figured I have to be able to find 3 or 4 45s that are worth 5 or more. So I figured throwing this guy $20 and taking all this stuff and possibly bumping into something really good is going to be worth my money either way. And if I don't, then whatever. I'm losing $20, no big deal. You know, I'll just get rid of the stuff. I'll shove it off on somebody who collects and who's starting to collect, and they'll love it. But, you know, really, I'm not going to show you anything else because everything else was trash. All the records were just I think I got a Creedence Clearwater Revival live record, which I could show you, but I don't need to show you that shit. This right here is what I got, okay? And every one of these, well, I think every one except for 1 or 2 are white label promos, okay? Northern Soul, Psych, Garage, and some are unknown. There's a country record in here that's signed on both sides. Johnny Horton's on it. I can't find any information on it, which means it's probably a rare 45. Something called Bread and Butter. I don't know. There's 2 songs on each side. Johnny Horton's on there. When I get to it, I'll talk more about it. First one, and this one I've seen go for literally with a week and 7 days or week and 6 days left to bid. It's already up to $100. So you can only imagine how far it's going to go. I think this is the one. Maybe this isn't the one. I forget which one it is. It's either this one or the other one. But with a week and 6 days left, it's already up at $113. Euros, it's 89 or something. And it's just going up and up and up and up. So I haven't found out how much it's actually worth yet. I guess when bidding ends on it, I'll find out. But until then, you know, I have to say it's at least a $100 record. So on one of these records, I literally tripled my money. more than tripled. And this one is a rare, and it's rare. UK Mod Psych record by Tony Ritchie, Coming On Strong and Could You Really Live With Her. This is on GNP Crescendo, white label promo, and it is in mint condition. That's another thing about every single one of these in this little stack here. This stack is gold. After adding this stack up, it's about $600 worth of records. Next one is RCA Victor, white label promo. This is Don Ray. This is Northern Soul. You Fool You and I Feel Love Coming On, another white label RCA Victor promo. Northern Soul, another near mint 45. Next one, this is another one of the really expensive ones. This one's definitely 100+ record. This is another Don Ray, Born a Loser and Live on a Prayer, A Hope and a Hand-Me-Down. And this is actually a yellow label promo on RCA Victor, which you don't see a lot, but it is a not for resale promo. So that was pretty cool. Here's this country record with Johnny Horton, Danny Joe Eakin, and Gabriel Little Crow, which are two artists besides Johnny Horton. I can't find any information on these other artists, and I don't know what bread and butter means. This one's not mint. This is more, I'd say VG, but it does have, there's a little, see right here, there's like a misfiguration, although it does play through. It must have got rubbed on something, and it kind of made this mark on it. But other than that, it's autographed on both sides. It plays through perfect, and it's very hard to find information on it, which is almost kind of a good sign. Like I said, it says bread and butter here, and I'm just going to kind of show it up. On this side, the autograph is Danny Joe Eakins, if you can see that. And this is, the two songs is Little Willis Corn, and then Jimmy Come Home. The first song's by Gabriel Little Crow, and the second one's Danny Joe Eakin. And then at the bottom here it says Bread and Butter. Now I'm not sure if Bread and Butter is the label name, because I can't see a label name on it. There's no label. The only thing on it other than the titles is that CSF 1000. On the other side it's CSF 1001. The other side is Sweet White River Woman by Gabriel Little Crow and Whispering Pines by Johnny Horton. And it's signed by Gabriel Little Crow. I thought it was Johnny Horton's autograph at first, and if it would have been, oh my god, that would have been amazing, but it's not. But still, it's still something that's kind of rare, and I went to Someone 41 about this, and he couldn't really tell me anything, and I haven't found anybody yet that can really tell me anything about this. I even asked the guy at the record shop, and he never heard of Bread and Butter. Even if it's I don't know if it's the name of the 7-inch, like if they named the 7-inch because it was like a collaboration, or if it's the name of the group. Maybe they were in like a group together, but obviously the songs are just done by one person, so that wouldn't really make sense. If it's the name of the record label, I really don't know. So whatever. I'm just going to have to keep on searching on that one. Next one's another white label promo on Golden World Records, Inc. This is a soul one by The Reflections, Wheeling and Dealing, and Deborah Ann. And this one I couldn't find a lot of information on either, I don't think, because I don't have a price written down on it, so I didn't find much information on that either. I'm still looking up some of these. Next one is Christopher Robbins, and this one I really couldn't find any information. Leaving the Crying to Me and Shadows, and I think this might be Northern Soul, but I'm not sure, and I can't find much information. This is an RCA Victor white label promo. I'll give you the number, 47-9137. If you can help me find any information like value on this, I would very much appreciate it. Same thing with this next one. I don't know nothing about this. I threw it in a sleeve because I figure it looks really good and the song is really good. This is a country record. Lou Furnham, right down there is the name, and you think that would be a guy, but it's a girl singing, so I'm not sure exactly what that's all about. It's on this Phyllis Records. The numbers on here is 1030-A and then obviously -B. The first side, What's It To You, and the next side is Forbidden Fruit. The song What's It To You is really good. Forbidden Fruit's but for a country song, I really, really like What's It To You. I think Somebody 41 would really love that too. You should check that out if you can find it. Like I said before, it's Lou, L-O-U, Farnham, F-A-R-N-A-M, produced by L.D. Allen, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It says Big Swing on it, but it's not swing music, it's country. So, I don't know. And it's on Phyllis Records. If you can help me out, find any information on that, I would just greatly appreciate it. Next one is another country one. This is from 1953, and this is Webb Pierce. There Stands the Glass, and this is on Decca. And I'm Walking the Dog on the other side here. And this is a pretty good one. Not the best out of all these. The next one, Herb Rawls, and this is a Popcorn Beach Soul. Never heard of Popcorn Beach Soul until I went to look up this album. This is another RCA Victor white label promo. Really, really good. This is actually really good. Like the Falling Rain and Leave Me Alone. It's something called Popcorn Beach Soul. This is from '67. Next one, this is on Soundstage, and this is Roscoe Robinson, 1968 Funk Soul, 1 Bodillion Years, and Let Me Know. And this is obviously Funk Soul white label promo on Soundstage. Another really, really good promo. Each one of these are like $30, $40 a piece. The next one is garage pop, garage kind of psyche pop stuff. This is the Rokes, another RCA white label promo, another near mint condition one. Let's Live for Today, and I'll Change My Papers. Again, it's the Rokes, R-O-K-E-S. Pretty cool. And then we got Soulosophy. This is on Epic. This is another radio station copy promo. Friends and Lovers and Take Me to the Pilot. Another white label promo on Epic, and it's called Soulosophy is the name of the group. And last but not least is another Roscoe Robinson that I can't find. And this is Darling Please Tell Me and Why Are You Afraid. This is also on Soundstage, and it's a white label promo, and this is also in near mint condition. So yeah, and this is Funk and Soul. So, I mean, that's pretty much what I did this week. I picked up that collection, found those. Garner sent me those records, and I picked up, like, I went to the shop once and picked up, like, 4 records. And then the books and stuff, and I'm probably going to go tonight and pick up something. But I'll show you that next week. And plus, I have that video of What Are You Spinning. Check it out. It's just pretty much all the records that I've taken pictures of while I'm listening to them, compiled in one video, so you can kind of look at the stuff I've listened to. And if you have a question about one of those records, ask me. Maybe if you're looking for one of those records and you don't have it, maybe I'd be willing to let it go. You know, if you see something, always ask, because you never know. I mean, I do sell records, so if there's something that you really, really like and you're like, you know, you want it, inbox me. Maybe I can work something out. I sell records. I'm more of a private seller, though. I don't go to shows yet. I'm going to actually be starting in a Keystone show, and I was actually planning on making possibly my own show, but I'm just not so sure about that yet. I got a lot of other things going on right now. But anyways, it's been Crate Junkies. Hope you guys enjoyed. We've been listening to Masters of Reality by Black Sabbath. And that's about it, guys. Oh, no. You know what? I'll scratch that. That's not about it. I'm sorry. There is some things I wanted to talk about. There's this record. Hold on. Oh, where the hell is it? Oh, now I'm going to get pissed. I don't know where it is. I don't know how many people ever heard this. This is Rory Gallagher. The name of the album is Deuce. Kind of like a bluesy guitar-driven rock record, a 70s rock record. This actually came out in '72 on Polydor. I just wanted, or no, it's on Atco. I'm sorry. And I just wanted to just show it because I listened to it just recently. I actually really dug it. Really good, just 70s rock. Just figured I'd point this out to anybody who's into 70s rock who might never have heard this. It's definitely something that if you see it, I grab it. It's not spectacular, but it is really good. There's some songs on here that really stick out. I like Used to Be. I like The First Side a lot. I mean, really, the whole album is really a good vibe. It's a good 70s rock vibe to it. I just wanted to kind of point it out. Really good guitar-driven 70s rock. Solo, just, you know, wailing away at the guitar. And, I mean, there's some just more 70s, smoother type rock too. But most of it is blues-driven, like guitar rock, and it's just really good. I listened to it and I really liked it, so I just wanted to share it. I think I showed this a couple weeks ago. Also, I just got done listening to Wes Bruce and Lane. Why Don't You? This record's okay. It didn't blow me away. It was okay. I think I was trying to rush through the listen. Sometimes I rush through listens because I plan to listen to another record after this, and if I'm really anticipating the next record, I'll kind of rush through listening to it, which doesn't make too much sense. But when you're listening to a lot of music, you kind of have to. Sometimes you just have to sit there and soak in a record. Don't rush through it. And this is one I'll probably have to return to because I rushed through it. I listened to the whole thing, but I didn't pay as much attention as I think I should have, if that makes any sense. But anyways, Crate Junkies, I gotta get the hell out of here because I'm taking up too much time. Two other things I've been listening to a lot of, Metric and the Mars Volta, the Bedlam and Goliath album. Really good. And the Metric album, you wouldn't think if somebody's into garage rock and stuff like that they'd like that type of stuff. But it's comforting. It kind of clears the palate when I'm listening to a lot of rock and stuff. Throw that on and it kind of clears everything and wipes everything new so I can start again. It's kind of weird how that works. It's like when you're tasting food, you have to clear your palate and then start with something else. That's kind of how it is with listening to music. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm out. Okay. I like you guys a lot. You guys are the shit. Garner, thanks a lot for those records. You're the man, and I'll try to get something out to you as soon as possible. Stay tuned for the next Crate Junkies. They come every week. Check out my last video. Check out the Facebook. Check out the YouTube Facebook. Page 102-ish, I guess. 103. But really keeps you interested in. And a lot of this I can relate to. There's some people are really snobby, like the guy who collects 78s. He seems like a fucking snob, but for the most part, a lot of the tendencies, no matter what they collect, are a lot like us or me. Or I'm pretty sure if you collect records, you'll probably relate to 90% of that book. So that's pretty cool. Also, I picked up, to get this out of the way too, if I can find it. I've been, trying to get into rare psych stuff, garage revival, and just trying to do a history on it. So it's ridiculous. I don't even know what to show because it's I pick up so much stuff that I've kind of started to just only show. Obviously, we're listening to Master of Reality. It's a damn good record. Obviously, Sweet Leaf we're listening to now. Children of the Graves, great one. Lord of this World, Into the Void, great Black Sabbath. This is actually my Spinner copy. I think I have another copy. I have a couple copies of this. Yeah, Black Sabbath. Oh yeah. What's up, guys? It's Crate Junkies. Hold on. Shit. Oh, I forget everything, don't I? I'll tell you. If I were to show you everything I got this week or any other week, we'd be here for longer than 30 minutes that I usually take up. I'll tell you. Slayer one a lot. It's really fucking cool. I like the Ghost. The Ghost one's really fucking cool. Those are my two favorites, so. And, I'm not really a big Five Finger Death Punch fan, but that picture's pretty fucking hot. But, yeah. So there's those. And then I also wanted to get out of the way that I've been reading this book that a lot of VC members have been showing, Vinyl Junkies. written by Brett Milano. Adventures in Record Collecting. This is a really good book. I'm up to, I only read about 4 or 5 pages a night, so I'm up to chapter Valley of the Strange. I guess it's chapter 9. This is one I just picked up for like $1 somewhere, so I figured I'd clean it up and spin it, see how it sounds. Sounds pretty good. Quickly out of the way, if you go to Hammer Magazine, this month they have posters if you're into metal. Five Finger Death Punch. I'm just going to go through these really quick. Each one of these is really cool. You got to get Hammer Magazine for it. And also in this magazine, and then they flip and there's ones on the other side like Mastodon. There's a bunch of them. Really cool. You know, you have to take your choice between which one you like. You know, like on this one, it's like either that or that. Which one do you know? Which one are you gonna like? But these are pretty cool. I like the